Hi Richard, Kevin here. I'm heading out on a walk this afternoon to somewhere that is very local to me, and that is I'm heading out onto Midhurst Common. I want to have a bit of a look at where Quarry Estate is planning on digging out a colossal, and I think I'm right in saying it's something like 4 million tons of sand or come out halfway up on Midhurst Common. Because I took a different route from what I normally do because of how wet it is after all the rain, I should have been coming in down there, but I've come in through that way. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to head up this way because there's a fabulous viewing point up here which will look right down across the common, but the gorse is out in abundance up here, so I'm just going to get in nice and close to this so you can see that beautiful vibrant yellow. As you can see, there's lots of it here, so I'm just going to press on up this way. And my good friend Richard Vobes, aka the Bald Explorer, was out here a couple of weeks ago with another member of the Bald Explorer group, Dave, and he was filming with Richard, and Richard had completely forgotten that this was a walk that I had planned for he and I. And I did say in an audio message to Richard, I do not hope it rains when you're doing your third video. And the third one was here. And it did. It poured down. And I had to take shelter under some trees, which I think was right up the top here. And this is quite a steep climb, so you have to pick your way very carefully through all the roots which you can see in the ground as I'm coming up. But I just want to keep filming this. It is a very popular spot up here on a day like today. Whew. That's made me puff a bit. But there is a memorial here, which I'll also show you. Just up here. There's 2 seats, which is great, because I want to be perched on one shortly. And this is the memorial just in front of me. And yes, Corporal David O'Connor, RM, 1985 to 2012. A true hero and a Midhurst lad. God bless him. Whew. That was a hard old climb up there. Well, I've just spoken to 2 ladies that are walking about a dozen dogs, and they've told me that they think along this line of this path going up through here and all these trees here and up through there is the line of where the sand pits are going to be, roughly, and right through all those fir plantations there. And then I'm going to get down the bottom here and onto the Severals Road and carry on filming there. But it seems that this is going to be absolutely massive in regards to the area of land that's going to be cleared. Obviously I'm not 100% sure if the information the ladies has given me is correct, but it was something that they was told by somebody that seemed to know quite a bit of what was going on. So I need to really try and find out a bit more. I think somebody posted a map, and this is going to be roughly the size of Midhurst. And anybody that knows Midhurst, they will know how big it is. And this is the area they're talking about digging out. So it's going to continue all down through here, right through beyond those trees there, and away into the distance. This is Kevin again. Just been talking to a lady, Catherine Steele, and her son regarding the proposed sand pits at Midhurst Common and the Severals, and she is going to add me as a friend on Facebook and try and give her as much support as we can, try and stop this. But I've come down off of Midhurst Common now, and this is the Severals Road, which will be used for transporting all the sand away. And you can imagine the size of the lorries they're going to be using. So we're looking away to my right hand side, and it's going to be up through there. But Catherine was saying that it's going to be in a sort of a V shape from the car park which I've just left. And we're talking about 4 million tonnes of sand which is going to be taken out of here. And on this side we have got the Severals, which I believe is also part of the plans for these sand pits. Now she's just told me that the plan is it's only going to take 5 years, that is 5 years, to dig out 4 million tonnes of sand. So are these lorries going to be going 24/7 with the diggers as well? But also it seems that Viscount Cowdrey's daughter is, or wants to, open a spiritual centre in Bepton. Well, I don't think she's going to want the vibes of lorries spoiling her karma. I would like to try and get my good friend Richard to come and have a chat with this lady that I spoke to earlier on about these proposed sand pits. Now, it would be great to do that, to try and lend a bit of support to the group. Evidently it's on the West Sussex website for the area, and something I think Richard may have mentioned in a recent video, which the lady said she did come across very accidentally, the one he did with Dave Ford, that I think she said you mentioned about green sand. She said this is not a green sand area. It's known as a soft sand area, which I suppose makes sense if they're going to quarry this, try and quarry the stuff out. But perhaps if I can get Richard to, or if I can arrange a meet-up with the lady to do an interview with her, than to actually do a walk around this proposed area for these sand pits. As she said, it is a stunning place to come to walk. It would be destroyed, and as she quite rightly pointed out, the original sand pits on Midhurst Common, plus the ones at Pendeen, have never been backfilled, and she said she doesn't believe the Cowdrey claim that they will fill this back in again. The Pendeen pits, the water in the bottom is evidently toxic, so you can imagine the damage that's being done there. I do remember many years ago when the Pendeen sand pits were still being quarried. We have to try to get this stopped.